Hello everyone, today I bring you my thoughts on Chanel Fall 2011, and let's just say this collection was massive. It was actually a little too big in my opinion, and I agree with the non-blonde, who's one of my favorite bloggers. She thought that the collection was a little too much Chanel, and while Cafe Makeup, another one of my other favorite bloggers, says that you can never have too much Chanel, which I also agree with, I really do think that this collection was just a little redundant, especially with the lip products. Chanel has such a wide range of lip products now, especially with the launch of the Extrade Gloss. I just felt like this collection could have been condensed, and it was also released with another collection, which is a Chanel.com and Chanel Boutique exclusive only collection called the Byzantine. And I'm sure you guys have seen it before because there was a $250 eyeshadow palette that was part of the collection, and it was a very, very limited piece, which I did not purchase. There was just no way that I could afford a $250 palette. So unfortunately, I did have to pass on that, so I'm sorry to those of you who did want to see it and did want me to review it. It was just too much of an expense, but I do have a lot of the fall collection to show you today. First of all, on my nails is Peridot, and if you watch in the tutorial, you will see exactly how versatile this color is. It changes in every single lighting. It looks like a dark yellow gold all the way to a solid chartreuse green. I'm not a huge fan of the color, but the uniqueness of this color on my nails is unbelievable. I don't know if it has as much versatility on other people's nails, or maybe it's just because my skin is more tan at the moment, but Peridot for me is a must-have, and I'm so glad to have something like this in my collection. A few of the ladies on my new Facebook, which if you guys want to join, you can just go ahead and like the page. I post little preview pictures and exclusives on my Facebook, so if you guys like that, then you can keep up with, what I'm doing. I know a lot of you thought that I wasn't going to review the Chanel collection, because for some reason, Chanel.com had it way in advance before my local Nordstrom got it. So people on my Facebook did know that I was just waiting for the collection to hit the stores. But going back to Peridot, some of the girls on my Facebook did say that this does remind them of a Nubar color. I've never tried Nubar nail polishes, and I've never even seen them. So yes, it is possible to find colors similar to this. Do I fathom finding a dupe for it? Not really. It has so many facets. Really, really lovely. Once I get my blog's picture posting issues figured out, I will go ahead and start posting written reviews as soon as possible. For some reason, my blog just washes out all my photos, and I'm trying to avoid using PhotoBucket or Flickr because I always run out of bandwidth. So I'm trying to work that out, so thank you for your patience. Now for the two other nail polish colors. I haven't tried these on yet. This one is Quartz and this one is Graphite. I wasn't going to purchase Graphite because it reminded me of an OPI nail polish color that I have. I can't remember it off the top of my head, so I will list it right here. But when I saw Graphite in person, I thought, oh my gosh, I really do have to have it. I don't have anything like it at all. It is Graphite, so it's very silvery, but it has gold glitter particles in it. So it's a mixture of cool and warm. Quartz is one of those colors that for me is a perfect neutral with a slight edge because it has a metallic finish. So yes, I had to try this as well. Now for the superstars of the collection. These are the Illusion d'Ombre, which is their potted eyeshadow. And everyone keeps asking me if they are similar to Armani's Eyes to Kill. And all I can say is they're in glass pots. The Chanel pot is larger. Are they similar? Kind of. Which one do I like better? Definitely the Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill. Now, I really didn't think that this would happen because I absolutely adore Chanel makeup. It is my favorite brand. But as much as I like the colors, I just wasn't as impressed by the texture. It's a mousse and it tends to flake off if you're not very gentle. So it's a really interesting texture, which I'm sure you'll have to feel for yourself. The testers at the store are so flattened out, you probably won't get that flakiness, but that's the only thing that I really disliked. Another difference between the Chanel and Armani is that the Chanel has glitter particles. The Armani has a metallic finish, almost like a foil, so you don't see the glitter particles. It's just a really smooth metallic finish. But this one is glittery, it's not as smooth, and it definitely is more sheer. You have to build it up, and you will see the difference once I finally get to post my pictures on my blog, but I have to swipe this several times, at least 4, to get the same color opacity that I do with the Armani shadows. So I really do think the Chanel shadows are an interesting texture, but for my own personal uses, I really think that the Armani Eyes to Kill does better for me. I chose to use this one in the tutorial today because this one is the most unique of the 6 in my opinion. It's a burgundy maroon, and Armani Eyes to Kill doesn't make a shade like this, so that's why this one is my favorite. This is number 85, Mirifique. This one is slightly less blue than the Armani Ice to Kill number 13 in black. This one has silver and iridescent glitters, unlike the number 13 black from Armani Ice to Kill, which has blue shimmers. And this one is Epatante. This is number 84. I really like this one. It is a silver with a slight green tinge, and it is rather unique because it doesn't look like a straight silver. Alright, now this is an ode to my new favorite Chanel eyeshadow quad. This is the Prelude. This is the perfect cool eyeshadow quad for me. Casca Beige is my favorite warm Chanel eyeshadow quad, but Casca Beige and Prelude make an unbeatable duo, and they're going to be permanently added to my travel kit. In the best of Chanel eyeshadows, they are smooth, pigmented, rich, with very little fallout, so I highly recommend this. And the last piece that I purchased from the fall collection was the Le Crayon Yeux in Khaki Platine. I figured this would be similar to Rose Platine, but it's actually not at all. Rose Platine has iridescent glitters, and this one is actually just a smooth metallic pencil. It makes a great complement to cool toned eyeshadows, and it's interesting because it has a slight khaki tinge, but it's definitely nothing like Rose Platine. Is this a must-have though? Definitely not. So it's a splurge, but if you like the color, I do recommend you pick it up because it is an interesting shade to own. Alright, I'm finally done talking about the products, which I'm sure you guys are very happy to hear because I know you want to see these products in action. But before we get started, I did want to apologize about my hair. It just really was not responding to the humidity today, so it doesn't look as polished as I generally like to have it, as in my outfit of the day video that I posted recently. But I hope it's bearable to look at, and I do apologize. So now, finally, let's get started. I'll be starting with my Vitalumière Aqua Foundation in B30. I'm going to first apply it with my fingers. Now, I know the foundation looks a little light at the moment, but that's because, number one, I tanned up just a little bit more when I went to Tahoe a couple weeks ago. And also, this foundation does oxidize a little, which means after absorbing with my skin's natural oils, it does turn slightly darker. Not by much, but it still makes a difference. Now I'm going to use a touch of highlighter under the eyes. This is my Touche Éclat in number 8. A lot of people think this is a concealer because you pop it under the eyes, but it's really not. It does indeed work like a concealer for me because my dark circles aren't too prominent, but nonetheless, don't treat this like a concealer, treat it like a highlighter and you'll get better results. And generally I would powder after this step, but today I'll be using my Soleil Tan de Chanel, otherwise known as the Bronze Universelle, and this is Chanel's cream bronzer. I'm going to sweep it on with my contour brush from Sephora Professional. I'm just going to pat it down. Make sure to bring it down the neck. And yes, this actually is one of my favorite bronzing products. Now that I've got a little color going on my face, I'm going to set my cream bronzer and the liquid foundation with Chanel's Natural Finish Loose Powder. I own the shade 30, but I could probably go with 40 at the moment. It really doesn't make that much of a difference though because these powders are truly, truly translucent. And before I forget, this is Chanel's powder brush. And I was going to fill in my brows using my Chanel Brow Kit, but for some reason I seem to have misplaced it, and I really cannot find it at the moment. So today I'm going to be using my L'Amitié de Beauté Fawn Eyebrow Pencil. I'm going to begin with 86 Ébloui, and using my ring finger, I'm going to pat the color onto my eyelid. It does take some time to build up the color, so be patient. It generally takes me about 3 layers for full opacity. Now I'm going to begin taking it up the lid slightly. Use a windshield wiper motion. And now using my middle finger, I'm going to blend out. Now I'm going to take my Gold Fluid eyeshadow by Chanel, and using the doe foot, pop it right along the inner corner, and blend it in with a finger. Now taking the Prelude eyeshadow quad, I'm going to use the Chanel number 12 eyeshadow brush. Combine the 2 taupes, the cooler one and the warmer one, and I'm going to pop it right in the crease. Take it slightly up, but not all the way to the brow bone. Make sure to extend out. And then taking a flat shader brush. This is like the number 2 Chanel eyeshadow brush, but it's from the holiday season, and that's why it's a mini. And I'm going to pick up the highlighter shade here, and I'm going to pop it right underneath the brow bone. Bring it all the way into the inner corner. Taking a ring finger, make sure the highlight is well blended out. You don't want a harsh highlight because this look is supposed to be nice and subtle. Now I'm going to go back to Ébloui. This is just to ensure color intensity. This is a liner brush from the Holiday Collection mini set, once again, just like the other brush that I just showed. I'm going to spray the brush with a fixing agent. This is Max Fix Plus. And now I'm going to take Chanel's eyeliner and eyeshadow duo. This is a limited edition called Jet Gold, but Chanel makes a permanent edition item that contains a black liner and a black eyeshadow. I'm going to pick up the liner, and I prefer to just use one side so it doesn't ruin the rest of the cake liner. I personally love cake liner, and I think this is a great matte contrast to the glittery maroon eyeshadow that we just applied. I gave my eyeliner a very generous wing, but obviously if you don't like that look, you don't have to follow. Here's the Le Crayon Yeux. I'm going to rim my entire eye with this. And then going back into Prelude with the number 3 Chanel crease brush, I'm going to very carefully pat the eyeshadow, which is the dark chocolate brown, right into my lash line. I'm going to curl my lashes and throw on some falsies, and I'll be right back to show you the look. I put on the falsies and a layer of Hypnous waterproof mascara on my lower lashes. And the false lashes that I'm wearing are by Miss Adora. They're the model number 15. Now we're going to finish off the look with the cheeks and lips. I'm going to be using my Jus Contraste in number 65. This is one of my favorite peachy orange blushes. I'm using the number 7 Chanel cheek brush, which is also one of my favorites to apply Jus Contraste blushes. Okay, for the lips, I'm going to be using number 6 Rouge Coco in Égérée. And last but not least, I'm going to top it off with a Glossimer in 108. This one is called Constellation, and this too seems to be hard to find. I don't know if it was a limited edition or if it's been discontinued, but you can find it at certain stores. And that just gives it a really nice bit of glitter and shine. I know the look is really simple, but it's really similar to the outfit of the day video that I was wearing, and a lot of you said that you liked my makeup, so I made this tutorial very similar, especially because I did use the Ébloui, which once again is the maroon eyeshadow here. It's not exactly identical because I did want to use the Prelude quad and the khaki pencil here, but the general idea of it is the same. I did wear these same false eyelashes, so I hope you guys enjoyed the look, and as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!